Hey, what's up guys, it's Gorilla Hands, and I was watching a big YouTube channel the other day. They're known for their Call of Duty gameplay and commentary, and he recently put up a video where he won a game of TDM, but I think his final score was somewhere along the lines of 11 and 4 or 10 and 4, so not the greatest KD in the world, but the point of the video had nothing to do with Call of Duty or its gameplay. It just served as a backdrop. Well, he talked about a topic that was completely different. It didn't even involve video games. And I noticed while I was reading the comments that there were some people that were legitimately upset with his performance in the game. Like people saying stuff like, "How dare you have the audacity to put up such mediocre gameplay?" Okay, well they didn't say that. It was much more dumbed down, but you catch my drift. But yeah, people were not happy with his gameplay. And I'm sitting there reading the comments and thinking to myself, why are people so hung up with his performance and his final KD? Who cares? That the point of the video has nothing to do with Call of Duty. But people have these standards whenever they're watching the game. If it doesn't hit a certain KD or if he doesn't play up to this certain level, then the video cannot be entertaining. And it's not just his channel, it's almost across the board. Everybody just has these set expectations, specifically when it involves KD. And that's definitely not what I look for whenever I'm watching videos. What I look for is just strictly entertainment purposes. However they try to achieve that, either the commentator puts across interesting points or they're funny. Normally gameplay isn't on the top of my list, especially as long as these games have been out. Most of the time, great gameplay, I've seen it 100 times before already. It all kind of runs the same to me by now. Honestly, it's whatever the guy has to talk about, whatever it is that I find entertaining. And the other thing I've noticed, a lot of people recently have been talking about how the community has changed and how it's impacted the way people play Call of Duty. LP did a really good video just recently talking about how the community can negatively or positively impact the quality of Call of Duty. I think he said he noticed a big difference in how people played in World at War, and it wasn't for the better, it was for the worse. I can't really comment on that because I didn't play World at War during that time frame, but I did notice a drastic change when I started playing Modern Warfare 2. It just seemed like people put a lot more emphasis on KD and whatever they could to pad their stats, and less emphasis on just enjoying the game for what it's worth, just running around and having fun. It was almost like your fun factor correlated with whatever your KD was, and if you weren't building on your KD, then there's no way you could enjoy the game. And yeah, people didn't even care if they won or lost. I played a lot of domination, and losing teams, they would be like, I don't care that you beat us, I just went 30-2. Like, I don't know, it seems like that focus shifted between Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. So the question I have is, do you think YouTube is a big contributor to that? Or actually, a better question, do you think YouTube as a whole has been a positive influence on the Call of Duty community or a negative one? And I guess to give you some examples, like One Man Army Tubes, that really didn't become as popular as it did until a couple of big YouTube channels put up some videos on how to do it. Now, I don't think it was their intention to teach the community how to one-man army tube. I think they wanted to catch the attention of Infinity Ward and have them fix the problem, but a negative byproduct of those videos was that it caught fire and everybody started using one-man army tubes. The other thing I've noticed is people just, they see these high KD games and they think to themselves, I want to do this too. And they try to emulate that playstyle and they try to mimic it and they do whatever they can to try to hit those stats and hit those numbers. And on top of that, people will even, I've seen this a lot on the Black Ops forums. I haven't really checked the Modern Warfare 3 forums recently, but people would quote YouTube commentators as if what they say is law or it's factual, like even though it's completely opinion based. I take stuff like that on a case-by-case basis. If somebody puts across credible points or interesting points, or he has some facts behind it, or some form of logic behind it, then I might agree with it and might expand upon it myself. But if somebody's just completely blowing it out of their ass, they're just making stuff up or just saying it completely based on emotion, then I have a harder time looking at it as if it's a factual statement. But there's some fans out there that regardless of what somebody says, they'll follow it to the teeth. So yeah, no, I mean, there definitely seems to be some negative attributes because of the YouTube community. But on the flip side, I have seen positives as well. At least for me, I've learned some things about the game that I never would have found out just playing without YouTube. Just different tactics, utilizing weapons a certain way, grenade spots, stuff like that. Things that have helped me play the game better, I've learned from YouTube. So there definitely are some positive aspects of it as well. I don't know. Let me know if you think as a whole it's been a good experience or a negative experience from YouTube, at least as it affects Call of Duty. Let me know what you guys think, and like always, take it easy.